Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light CEO says it's the boycotters' fault his employees are suffering. Supreme Court bans affirmative action in colleges. Michigan to ban the First Amendment. Dylan Mulvaney speaks out about the Bud Light fiasco. Alcohol is banned at the Paris Olympics unless you're rich. Nike misses their Q4 profit goals. The first EV bike adopts a Tesla plug. Eli Lilly to buy Cyclone Therapeutics. Overstock.com is now BedBathAndBeyond.com. Snapchat Plus hits 4 million users. Supreme Court backs religious freedoms, and aspartame may cause cancer. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say, he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, can need a little assistance, you reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Going on to other interesting cultural news, you have the Bud Light CEO saying that it's your fault. Or if you're anyone really who is boycotting the brand, it's your fault his employees and distributors are suffering. Which is not too surprising. This is a guy who acquiesces from all responsibility in general and who has the temperament or training of a politician. He was former CIA, former spy apparently, and it's not too surprising he is very good at dodging questions. Now, in particular, he said that the boycotters decimating sales over the Dylan Mulvaney promotion should think about our employees. Think about the distributors. And actually, in a more cliche, called emotional rhetoric, I cannot think of the farmers. No one is angry at the farmers. No one is angry at the distributors. The people who are protesting the brand are upset with you. You targeted children by hiring a spokesperson whose target audience is in their teens on the TikTok, which, again, United States, you cannot sell beer. I know it's Bud Light. It's basically water, but still, it's not legal to sell it to children. And this is just ridiculous. He noted that we have 18,000 direct workers at Bud Light and 47,000 distributors of the products. And also, and again, just don't forget about the farmers. Ridiculous. Quite literally blaming everyone but himself. And this is just like with the marketing campaign. At first, the company blamed an outside marketing business. And then later, we go, oh yeah, Alyssa Hirschchild, she was the brainchild behind the initiative. And there's still debate if they're even fired at all, because the CEO refuses to use the word fired. We have some evidence from an internal employee that they are no longer part of the org chart. But it's fascinating to think he's trying to do everything he can to say something without saying something, to try, because he's scared. He's already pissed off everyone. It'll be interesting to see how much. Every time I think, okay, maybe they're bottoming out. Maybe they can't screw up anymore. It's like they just shoot themselves in the foot. Or maybe a good analogy would be they drink a Bud Light. Equally tragic events. About the same outcome, but yeah, continuing to blame everyone but themselves for this problem they created because they chose to get involved in politics, which is why, again, I'm not a marketing expert, but I always tell people there's not a lot of upside about talking about politics unless you're a news outlet or you're a political channel or a political organization. I don't really need to know the politics of who makes my corn syrup sugar drink. I guess I don't drink those. That's not very accurate. I don't need to know the politics of who gives me my coffee beans. It's coffee beans. I mean, it's fascinating to see more and more companies make this mistake. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Can't thank you enough for taking time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly helps out the channel, especially feedback. Appreciate the critical feedback, as I always try to take that into account to make the channel, the videos better and better and better. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.